the heck did APAWS even start? Like, I've been around for 25 years or so. It was just there.
A lady named Laura Sprinkles. She was in Washington, and she kind of came with the idea of, hey, we need an organization of pooper scoopers. We got together on January 9th of 2002 in Las Vegas, about 11 of us from 10 different companies, and we hashed out the details of what is now known as APAWS, or the Association of Professional Animal Waste Specialists. I wanted to recommend people, recommend other companies that they could use, but I wanted reliable people. The mission of the association has always been the same. It's to advance the public awareness of the pooper scooper industry, to provide benefits for its members.
The more we're driving, the less we're scooping, the less money you're gonna have. Associations have so much to do with just the industry and furthering it along. So I would even say from the very beginning, when there was just 50 or 4 to now, the association has grown tremendously along with our industry, which is kind of how it should work. There's not anywhere, right? So we are,
not that I know of,
the biggest, the best, the go-to spot for associations.
There you go.
Hello, my name is Kandra and I'm the Director of Business Development at Scoop Soldiers. And I am back in Dallas again. This time for this week we have our national convention, which is super exciting. And Tim and I were texting kind of back and forth, and we decided we should get together and just talk about APAWS. I have been a board member, I've been a member, I've been in the industry for a long time, and I don't think I really know how things started. So Tim is currently the APAWS Treasurer, and you've been a board member for...
Oh, what year is this? 2025,
2025, I had to think.
2002, so 23 years.
23 years. 23 years as a board member. But you've been in the scooping industry since the mid-80s-ish, give or
1988.
take? 1988. Okay, so let's, if you don't mind, let's dig in. And I feel a little bit embarrassed to ask, but how the heck did APAWS even start? Like, it was just always there. Like, I've been around for 25 years or so. It was just there.
Well, APAWS started back in January of 2002.
Okay.
Where a lady named Laura Sprinkles, she owned a company called...
That's all right, we'll get it
we'll get it later. Anyways,
yeah.
She was in Washington, and she kind of came with the idea of, hey, we need an organization of pooper scoopers. And at the time, we had a message board, pooperscoopers.com, and people would get on there, ask questions, and argue with each other, that kind of thing.
So similar to now.
Yeah, ultimately, we got together on January 9th of 2002 in Las Vegas, about 11 of us from 10 different companies. And we hashed out the details of what is now known as APAWS, or the Association of Professional Animal Waste Specialists.
Yep. I was with Charisse a couple of months ago, and I always say Association of Professional Animal Waste Removal Specialists. I don't know why the R is in there, but my brain knows it is it, but my brain can't not say it.
We would have done that, but APAWS
that's a lot.
didn't roll off the
and
tongue
not everybody
too well.
removes.
Yeah.
Not everybody removes. So,
that's true.
Yeah, so, and there's reasons back and forth on why you should or shouldn't, or you could or couldn't, all those kinds of things. But okay, so it started with 11 people in Las Vegas.
Right.
Cocktails included in Las Vegas, so you guys were all like, this is legit business.
No, we don't drink.
No, not at all. I've never seen a scooper.
Yeah, there's a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. Well,
we spent 2 hours just trying to think of an acronym that would fit.
Yeah, well.
We wanted PAWS, APAWS, dogs, something like that.
Okay.
And after about 2 or 3 hours, we came up with APAWS.
Okay. And then when you start a nonprofit, because APAWS is a nonprofit, you then you got your name, you have 11 people that are like, we should do this, and then you need bylaws and all of the things, right? Like you have to file taxes and fill out paperwork. And so who was on the hook for doing all that to start with? Or do you even remember that?
Most of us.
Most of us. Well, a group of 11 probably.
Yeah, actually I do have a timeline of events.
No, okay, then lay it out. I won't ask questions, you just tell me how it happened, because that's better.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm going to clarify. There were 11 people in Vegas, but 12 were actually responsible for starting it.
Okay.
Because one person couldn't make it, but she was very instrumental in putting this together.
Do you remember the 12?
I do.
Rattle them off. Let's see.
Deb Levy.
Oh, we were just talking about it. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we have, can I look at my notes now?
Yeah, no, you can look at, you can grab your notes if you want.
I wrote that down
I don't remember my name half the time.
For this.
Let alone 20 years ago.
We had Laura Sprinkles from
Okay.
Washington, Mike Silverberg from California, Deb Levy from Missouri, Melinda Hoffman from Bend, Oregon, Jerry Glass from Springfield, Ohio.
Okay.
Tim and Maria Stone. I know those people.
Ding.
From Los Angeles. Mary Ellen Levy, which you interviewed a couple of months ago, I think it was. Era and Becca Griffenstein.
Okay.
Now known as just Eric. Floyd Sears from Orange County, California, and Ron Vecchio from New
Ron
York.
Vecchio. I did not know Ron
He was
Vecchio.
there. Yeah.
I love me some Ron Vecchio. I love all of his.
He's always fun.
Yeah, all of his shenanigans. All right, so then what? So now we got the 11 people there. We have our board, and then what happened after we have the 11, 12 people that were really rocking and rolling?
Whew. Well, like I said, we hammered out details all weekend long.
Okay.
And we gambled a little bit, but most of it was in a hotel room just talking and getting this put together. And over the course of the next, I want to say 6 months, but really took about 3 or 4 years of hammering out all the little details. We just got together on the phone, online when we could. They didn't have Zoom back then. And we just started hammering out details.
Okay.
We need this, we need this. You research that, you research that.
Okay.
We'll get this put together. And eventually we got it put together.
Okay.
But we incorporated the following month.
Okay.
We didn't actually become a 501c6 until about 4 years later.
Okay.
That's when Mike Zlotnick
Okay.
was very instrumental in putting that together.
Perfect.
Because that was a pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Anytime you talk government and stuff, it's a
Right.
pain in the
More
rear.
forms. Lots of forms, lots of money. Just to fill out the forms.
Exactly.
So when was the first official APAWS convention?
The first one was actually 2004.
Okay.
However, caveat, it was in Bend, Oregon.
Okay.
It was in January.
Oh.
It was snowing.
Okay.
Most people could not make it. I think 4 people showed up.
That's I mean, like we live and we learn, right?
That's
like
exactly
as soon as you
right.
said Bend, Oregon in January, I was like, oh, right?
Yeah,
like,
well, when we did that on purpose, we thought, okay, well, January, people have the snow days. They're not going to be working. They'll have time off. Let's do it in January.
It should have been like January in like Tampa.
Exactly.
Right, or something where it wasn't.
Yes.
So at least the people in Bend wouldn't be able to get there, but everyone else probably could.
Oh,
so,
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So just out of curiosity, like how did all this stuff happen without? I know there was the internet and that kind of stuff, but how it's just so commonplace now. Like I can pick up my phone and just text you, or I can pick up my phone and instant message, and I can read. ChatGPT found us a bunch of stats. Like my brain can't even, and I'm old. My brain can't even think back that far. So how did you guys even start to bring in more scoopers to the association?
Well, again, we did have a message board back then.
Okay.
And that's where we got a bulk of the people. And one reason we started APAWS was because of the message board.
Okay.
I'd been in business for like 12 years at that point, and I had people that were moving out of my area.
Okay.
And I wanted to recommend people, recommend other companies that they could use, but I wanted reliable people. I want people that were trustworthy and everything else.
I want to put my name behind it. I want to make sure.
I want to recommend someone else I know they are recommendable.
Yeah.
And that's one reason for the organization, so we could do that. Because some people, they're kind of
They try
dubious.
really hard.
They try really hard, but
maybe they don't, but I like to believe they tried really hard.
Exactly.
I don't like to think that there's a lot of bad people and really know they are. And maybe that's not even a fair statement. Like we never know like what's happening and all those things.
This is true.
But then I would rather not refer to someone that it didn't work out very well.
Exactly.
So, okay. All right. So then when do you think APAWS like really like took off between the 12 and the first convention where there's 4? Like when did you start seeing it like get traction? Where we're getting members and like moving it along and.
Well, I'd like to say about 2005.
Okay. It's a slow growth, right? Like we're not a huge industry.
Yes, it's a very slow growth and very hard to get information out there at that time. We had a convention in Las Vegas that had, I think, 52 people in attendance. And compared to the, 4 in the first one and like 12 in the second one, and then it's gradually going up there. When we got to 50, we're like, wow, that's amazing.
Okay.
Problem is, I think a good percentage of them were just busy gambling the whole weekend. We didn't see most of them. They registered and signed up, but they didn't go to any of the events.
I do trade shows a lot with both Scoop Soldiers and when I was at Pet Butler, and I've done my own, like with my own businesses. And I don't love Las Vegas trade shows as a vendor specifically because for just that reason. But people do get very distracted, and it is kind of. I mean, we're like. It's a little bit of a vacation, right? Like you get to kind of do some things and hang out, but
that's the whole purpose of it.
Vegas seems to be everyone's late, nobody shows up, and the next morning is rough. It can be rough for some people, right? So, okay.
I would say we did leave some artificial poop at the Riviera's lawn.
Oh, for the turd herding contest.
Yeah, for the turd herding contest.
So the turd herding contest has been from the very first.
It has.
The first 4.
Actually, in 2004, first convention in Bend, Oregon, they did have a turd herding contest, but a lot of people that did not make it there actually ended up going to St. Louis, Missouri, to Deb Levy's place, where she had a what did she call it? A gathering of pooper scoopers.
Okay. Well, yeah.
And we had a turd herding contest then.
Okay. So did you go to did you make it to either one of them in 2004?
I went to the one in St. Louis.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I was the only one there wearing shorts in the snow. But that's just me.
The Texas people don't always get it. Like us northern people, like, you know, you're used to your eyelashes freezing, right? Or like if you're out for a walk or a run, the front of your hat's all frosty. And so this Chicago girl now puts on a hoodie if it's like 20, right? Like I know you guys down here in the South, it's a little bit different. So okay. So what changes have you seen in the association since those first when you get to 50 members, what has changed let's talk about the association. What's changed in the association from the beginning until now?
A lot.
Yeah. Well, that's probably not worded right. It's probably more like what has changed in the industry that has affected, like they kind of go hand in hand. So is that a better way to ask the question, is how are they together or how did they change?
I would say a lot.
Okay. No, I would agree.
A lot again.
I would agree.
Again, the first 4 or 5 years of the association, meetings every month, hammering out details, putting out the bylaws, putting out, what's that word? Processes, procedures.
SOPs.
SOPs, yeah, standard operating procedures. Yep. For those that aren't in the military, I don't know that.
Well,
but
I think SOP is like a corporate word now.
Is it?
Yeah.
Used to be military.
Yeah.
But anyways, since then, the meetings have gone down to like maybe twice a year, 3 times a year.
For board meetings?
For board meetings.
Okay.
And now it's more like a couple of times a year when you have the convention coming up.
Yeah.
But before all that, there was really not a lot to talk about.
Okay.
Not like back then when there was complaints and people were asking questions all the time, and people were nitpicking at other people, and they want us to do something about it. It's like, man, we're not the police. You know,
I'm not a babysitter.
Yeah, if they're doing something illegal, call the cops and let them worry about it. If they did something illegal, then let us know, and we'll address it.
And then the most you can do then is just not allow them to be a member. Like
exactly.
if they've gone against bylaws of the association, you can't be a member. Doesn't mean you're out of business, right?
Of course.
It's not so, but that goes back to the importance of an association too. Is that we have best practices and those SOPs, and we have standards, and so. For me, the associations are so important. It's not just our association. When I worked at Spring Green Lawn Care was part of NELP, National Association of Landscape Professionals. Come from a long line of truck drivers, right? Like, there's always an association. Those associations have so much to do with just the industry and furthering it along. So I would even say from the very beginning, when there was just 50 or 4, to now, the association has grown tremendously along with our industry, which is kind of how it should work, right? So you would think that would be. Are there any other associations that are out there for pet waste removal?
Poop scoopers? Not that I know of.
Not even nation. So scooping now is not even just nationwide; it's worldwide.
It's getting worldwide. That's right.
There's not any. So there's not any other anywhere, right? So we are
not that I know of.
The biggest, the best, the go-to spot for associations.
There you go.
Cool.
And part of our association, by the way, is we do have a code of conduct. That the members agree to adhere to. Okay. Ethical treatment of dogs, business practices, things like that.
Okay.
And that's one purpose of an association, to kind of keep tabs on that.
Yeah.
So
it would be, and it's something. It is something to have on your website or your business card or whatever that you are a member of the association, right? Like to me that means a little bit of something, right? So it's important as a consumer to just know who's. Like, I don't know, like if I'm hiring a cleaning person or a pool cleaner or a lawn mowing, I don't know, right? So how do you know, like, what you don't know so I think the association is pretty important that way. So if you guys could wave your magic wand and be like, okay, we have all the money that we could ever want and we have all the time that we could ever need, what would you want to roll out, or how would you guys envision furthering the association in, like, as things continue to change? What's on your guys' want list?
On my want list, I would like to see some sort of, and Google has this, by the way, some sort of certification that people could put on their website that is a clickable link to their certification.
Okay.
And we talked to the web developer about that many years ago, but back then, the technology wasn't quite there to do that. I think it is now.
Okay.
So I would love to have some sort of training program, or not a training program,
Right.
but more of a
Like a best practices.
yeah, best practices, ethics, things like that. Pass it, you get this thing for your website. Boom, it's
Like a
there.
stamp of approval.
A stamp of approval.
Okay.
Yeah. What do they call that nowadays? Oh man, there's a word for that. Not certification. I'll think of it later.
Yeah, I'll call you at 3 in the morning. That's when I do my best.
Yeah, that's when that's when I'll think of it too.
That's when I think of it. Yeah, I email myself random stuff every night. I wake up, I'm like, just last night I emailed myself 4x4. And I don't even know what that meant. I know it's business related because I've got business planning coming up, but I don't know.
You don't have a pad of paper and a pen next to your bed?
No, I used to, but technology's got me. So
Gotcha.
so technology changes. So what kind of technology
yeah.
changes do you think you'd like to, if you could wave your magic wand, what kind of technology changes do you think that you'd be able to implement in the association?
Well, technology-wise, in fact, Augie and I from Sweep and Go are talking about updating the website to include some aspects of Sweep and Go, to where there's more of a precise search method on the website itself. Right now, as a directory, you can punch in your zip code and get some people in your area. But we want to get a little more, what's the word? A little tighter on that. A little more usable, user-friendly, that kind of thing. We haven't updated our website since 2017.
So we're due.
We're way due.
We're way due.
Actually, we updated part of it, but not the back end. And that's the hardest part to do right now.
I don't know any of those things, but I know that they need to
you
get
don't
done.
want to know.
I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I just like to be like, can you just do this? And then it gets done.
Yeah, there's like 800 pages in the back end.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that means, but that seems like a lot.
It's a lot.
It seems like a lot. Okay. So from a member standpoint, we just had our convention 2 or 3 weeks ago. Have you, in the convention, did any members mention anything that they would like to see changed or improved, or we should bring this back, or any of those kind of things?
The only comment I've heard along those lines was bringing back the Name That Turd game.
Oh, I do love that game. I miss that game.
Oh, you love that game?
I did.
Oh, man.
So
get on an airplane with 4 jars of poop and see what happens.
Okay, so first of all, can you not find poop when you get to where you're going?
Yeah, you can, but someone has to host that in the city.
True.
You know.
So I live in the woods. I live in southern Missouri. I live just a couple hours south of Deb.
Oh, okay.
And so I routinely will be like, "What does this look like?" And my husband's like, "Well,
that's deer."
My husband's like, "There's hair in it, so it must have been, you know." I mean, so yeah, and for most videos, they'd be like, but for us, it's kind of. It's just it's just kind of regular.
Oh, we're just like, last time we had that contest was about, I think, 3 conventions ago. And I could not see anyone in the room that was not seriously looking at those jars and just and pondering and thinking about, I think the food, because you got to see what kind of dog it was, how big the dog is.
Oh, you were just doing dog poop.
Dog poop.
Oh, I do like every kind of poop.
We did dog poop, and we had to list what kind of dog it was, big or small, large, whatever, what the food was the dog was eating, and then any abnormalities in it.
Okay, well that's almost like vet tech kind of stuff, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, okay.
But they were serious about it. They're
I've
examining those things.
For anyone that's watching that hasn't been to a turd herding contest, you got to. There's people that throw elbows. There's. I mean, not really too mean, but there's some smack talking, and you don't put your trophy down. I won't tell you why. You don't ever put your trophy. I mean, it's a big deal. Like, and even though our industry is small and our association is small, like being able to be the first place winner, like the fastest scooper in the country, right? Like,
That's
it just is,
That's bragging rights.
Yeah,
right there.
like I'd put that on if I had a website. I'd put that on my website. Yeah. Like you're, the fastest scooper in. I think
Sharice has it on her site. She's got all
of
first,
her
second, and third on there.
Yeah, she got all of her medals. I've never won one. I never was fast enough.
You did it like once, I think. The rest of the time you're just helping out and things like that.
Yeah, I'm usually helping out. I think when we were in Chicago, I'm from Chicago, obviously, so I had my team there, and I'm like, don't you disappoint me, and they all did. They all disappointed me. I didn't win anything that year. So back to the association. What do you think is the purpose and the mission of the association?
Well, the mission of the association has always been the same. It's to advance the public awareness of the pooper scooper industry in general. Okay. And to provide benefits for its members.
So what kind of benefits are there?
Well, we have a page in the member section, by the way. It's typically discounts. We have a discount for pet insurance, or shall we say general liability insurance for the business, for Augie's app, Sweep and Go.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple other discounts in there.
Yeah, I can picture. I can't
remember what they are offhand.
But okay, so there's some.
I can picture it in there.
Yeah, there's some. Okay, some of those benefits.
And there are actually in the member section. There's a whole list of different resources.
Okay.
Like contract samples, proposal samples, just all kinds of different resources in there.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you'd be surprised about how much stuff is in there actually.
Yeah,
in
so
the
if you're a
members
member,
area.
you should go check out the member page because get everything you can. I'm cheap. Get everything you can for your dollar. So check out the member page
and something I found out last night actually when I was kind of scanning through it. There is actually a section in there called the Scooper Spotlight.
Okay.
Where any company can, put their information in their picture like an article and be featured.
Oh.
But along those lines, it also lists all the new members for the past month or whatever, and all the people that have renewed. Oh. I didn't know that was in there.
Oh, I didn't either. I mean, I'm not on the website all that often anymore.
I should have known.
Well, things get loose. I mean, but I mean, so in terms of a nonprofit and volunteering, I will commend you. 20 whatever years, I volunteer a lot. I feel like I'm very philanthropic. I feel like I'm a very helpful person.
You are.
But that is a very long time. That's a very long time, and I'm sure you're very passionate about it, obviously. And I don't want you to ever not be our treasurer. But at some point, you've paid your dues. You've 20 years in. How long has Tim 2 been on there? Tim Jr., Tim 2?
He's been the president for the past 4 years or 3 years now, I think.
Yeah. Okay. So so it's and I think it's important to have a change of board, right? Like new ideas, and plus volunteering is a lot of time, right? So you and your son each own a scooping business, and then you own one together. So you're starting to get nationwide. I mean, there's a lot of stuff happening. So I do think it's as much as you love it, and as much as Tim loves it, volunteering is it's a thing. It takes time. It takes time. It's not just convention time. It's a year-round thing. So I think it's important to have new people in to get new ideas. I mean, some of the ideas that I have that I'd like to see is I'd like to see maybe monthly or quarterly. Now that we have the internets, right? The Googles and stuff like that, be able to do Google Meets and host some things online, some roundtables. I'd like to see some of that brought. I do think there's also a value to bringing in some vendors. We did one with White Picket Team, but then I got busy like everyone else, every other volunteer in the world. But I mean, I could see we had Ashley with FFB. She does pet industry SBA loans. I can see, the list of business brokers for when you're ready to sell your business, or accountants on how to price your business, all of that stuff. So I can see us doing a every other month meeting of just members, but then also some vendors to come in and educate us along the way, like a combo of both. But that also takes time.
You're thinking of webinars.
Yes.
And I'm sorry to say that I'm probably the worst person about doing this, but we have planned to do those several times over the years and have done some. But then you get busy and you realize, wow, it's been 6 months since we've done that last.
So we have a 5-member board.
Right.
And so I was on the board a number of years ago, and I think it was probably still 5. May have been
I think
one
we
or
had
2
7
more.
back then.
Yeah, might have been 1 or 2 more. So there's a good sweet spot in having too many board members and not enough. So you guys, our current board feels like 5 is a good number.
Right.
And I don't agree or disagree. I'm just that's a good, that seems like, and obviously you want to have an odd number so that if we're voting.
Right. Well, 7 was handy in the beginning because there's so much work to do.
It is,
and putting this all together and everything. But now that everything's been put together, it's kind of like, I don't want to use this word flippantly, but it's more of a coasting.
Yeah.
It's more streamlined. Coasting, yeah.
And so the bulk of the association is put together, and that's kind of what our board is working on. And you can, let me back up and say, even though you're not a board member, you can still volunteer. I'm not a board member, and I try to help out as much as I can.
Thank you for that, by the way.
No, well, I don't know why. I'm weird. I've been in the industry for probably coming up on 26 years now, and it's my industry.
Man,
fortunately,
that sounds so sad, but
I know. Great. I was like, it's fortunately or unfortunately for our industry. I freaking love putting poop in a bucket. I don't know why. I like the business planning. I like the being outside. I like all of it. I enjoyed being a board member. I loved all of it. So I think for some weird reason, probably similar to you, like there's a little bit of poop somewhere in my heart that just, also that sounds kind of, I don't think you should have poop in your heart, but you know what I'm
I know what you mean.
All right, so
I miss being out in the field.
Do you really?
I haven't been in the field in like 6 or 7 years.
Yeah.
I really miss going out there and seeing the dogs and picking up the poop and listening to the podcast while I'm driving around.
Throwing one in there. And the worst part of scooping is the weather, and that's really only a handful of days a year, right? Like, I mean,
Southern California,
and I mean, even in Chicago, it'd be like by February we're all done. By February we're all done. In March you get some nicer days. You're like, okay, we can do this. But for the most part, you're outside just enjoying the weather, right? Like, I have a hard time sitting all day long, so that was always I do kind of miss being out a little bit more too. Well, come on now,
I agree.
You got time, don't you? No, you don't have time. So why don't you just get a bucket?
Unfortunately, I just fill my time up with other stuff.
Yeah, right. You volunteer a lot of
which
other
I'll show you later,
so.
actually.
Uh-oh. Am I gonna get? I think I'm gonna get volunteered for something else.
No. I got something for you.
Cool. Okay. Well, now I'm excited to. Hopefully, it's a big bag of money. I hear father and son Stone team are just backing up to the bank and just dropping off big buckets of money.
Oh, I wish.
Not quite so much.
I think that's a misnomer about this business.
Well, we can talk about that too. Is I think people think so. Honestly, like we put poop in a bucket. I tell because I do new sales, resales, acquisitions, and conversions. I tell every candidate our service is simple. You can go to Home Depot and you can get a bucket and a spade or a rake or whatever it is and be in business by lunch. The hard part is all of the other things: the marketing, the hiring, the training, the staff that's in vehicles, running into mailboxes, hopping curbs, doing U-turn, like all of that, the insurance, all of that stuff, right? Dog bites, twisted ankles, all of that's the hard part. Getting the poop from the ground to the bucket's easy. It's all the other things, that make or break a business, right? So
exactly right.
For sure. So let's talk a little bit about, let's talk about some stats. Right?
Ooh, stats. Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna just grab my notes because I'm not gonna be able to see all these stuff because I'm old. And these I did.
I'll grab my notes too.
I did a little chat GPTing, which first of all, I pointed out earlier. I was just doing a little Googling and some chat GPT, and the average number of stops, that stat came up, and it referred back to the professional scoop master, which I'm like, wait a minute, that sounds kind of familiar. I clicked the link. I'm like, God dang, that's Tim, because I know you're scoop masters, but I had forgotten that you also have wrote a book and that you've helped people. So not only are you on the board, you've actually helped people kind of get into business.
I have.
I
have no idea how many, but I would say it's in the hundreds.
Probably.
I talk to people around the country all the time.
Yeah.
Not as much these days with Facebook and everything, but back in the early day, I talked to people on the phone for an hour or two.
Okay.
Just talking about the business and how to get started and things like that.
So when I got started too, I'm from Chicago, and I think I bought Matt Osborne's book. I don't know how. My brain says I want to get it off of Amazon, but that wasn't around then. And then again in Chicagoland, and this is in 2000 maybe. I don't know if I Googled it, but I somehow found the localist scooper to me was Deb in St. Louis. And I remember being nervous, and that's like 3.5 hours. But I remember calling her, and I was like, oh my God, I hope she doesn't hang up on me. And she was so nice and so friendly and answered all my questions. And I told her I wasn't a competitor down the road, but she didn't know that, right? She's just another helpful person to kind of get stuff started. So, all right, let's talk about some stats. And I want you as our board member to tell me if you think these stats are legit or not.
Okay, shoot.
All right, so one source says that an efficient solo operator in the pet waste removal business can service 4 to 5 yards per hour.
If they're tight enough, yeah.
Okay.
I think I mentioned that in my book. I'm not sure I came up with that. I may have come up with that stops per hour, SPH kind of acronym, maybe not.
Yeah.
But I have one location in Santa Clarita where we can do up to 7 per hour. So it really depends how small the yards are, which are about as big as the studio.
Yeah, right,
some
probably
of them.
pretty quick.
But
I would say, and I was kind of asking people at the convention, I think 4 is what.
That's probably a good number to go for.
Yeah, so they even said here.
I mean, to include drive time and everything.
Yeah. Let's see. So I think on the other one it said, so you're quoting from your website where your book is at, average Suburban is 3 to 5 stops per hour, moderate travel between yards. Many operators report 4 to 5 as a common benchmark. Rural, low-density areas are 1 to 3 stops per hour. Travel time and yard size, because if you're more rural, you're driving more, and then yards are usually bigger. And then urban areas with dense suburbs, 5 to 8 per hour. Short travel time, small yards allow you to hire. So Yeah. So then, yeah, that would make sense. My brain had to think about it because I'm thinking like Dallas suburbs, and I forgot you were talking about your.
I was talking about Santa Cruz.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute.
Los Angeles area.
Okay. All right. So then I would agree. I would say 4 stops is like, I didn't make that number up, right? Like I think that's commonplace.
A good number.
It's a good, yeah, it's a good number to go
I mean,
by.
if you're gonna put a business plan together and plan ahead of time, I would base it on 4.
Yep. But also when you first get started, you might be like, one customer here, and even though you put all of your marketing dollars up here, the lady up here is going to refer you to her cousin down there, who's going to refer you to her sister over there, and that's when you get like 1 or 2 days a week where your routes are, and then 2 days where you're like, this is.
That happened to me. I was doing like North Hollywood. You probably have no idea where this is. It's in California. Have North Hollywood. Well, I got a customer that calls in Burbank, which is just another 1.5 miles down the road. Okay, I can do that. And then someone calls from Glendale, which is another 1.5 miles down the road. And then someone calls from Altadena, another 1.5 miles down the road. Before you know it, I'm like 20 miles away from where I
when you're
planned.
new and you're excited, you don't think about it. I remember in my office in Chicagoland, my brother worked for me for almost the entire time I owned the company. He went and bought a map, and he came in, he drew a big red circle. He's like, do not go out of that line. And I remember thinking, I thought I owned this business. But also it's true, because you think, oh, it's just 5 minutes. Well, it's 5 minutes out, 5 minutes back, right? So now you're 10 minutes. So now you just took your 4 homes per hour plus your scooping time, 4 to 3, right? So what's the missed opportunity from just staying where you're at, right? Or if you're going to go over there, dump marketing over there and hammer it hard, right? And get it worth your time to go there. Actually, at Scoop Soldiers, in this building is where I think they started. And Josh did all the scooping to start with. He's our co-founder, is Josh and EJ. And when they got busy here, they were probably similar to you and Tim. We're like, we can expand. Like, this is great. So he would scoop here in Dallas and drive to like Austin and scoop a handful. Handful's probably a bad word, but like scoop a couple yards, and then drive to Houston and scoop a couple yards. And eventually he was joking that he's got like the highest level you could get of La Quinta hotel, because he would just, he would drive and he would scoop and go to bed and get up and drive again. So, but that was done with intention to hammer money over there for marketing, and then make it where now we got a truck down there and a truck down there, and that's kind of
how you do it.
Yeah, you can't. For scoopers that are maybe watching that are new or not new, define your area and stay in it. And if you're going to go out of it, have a plan, because you're just going to
be further than you would expect.
Just going to be. And I'm just thinking of that map with the red line. I'm like, but it's right there. I'm like, no, it's on off the expressway, and it's not ever going to be efficient.
So. Now, was it a wall map, like from AAA, the fold out map and everything?
Yeah, it was on the back of our office door.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, which I was also like, did you just put a pin in my door? But it's all right. It's all right. It worked. He was right. He was 100% right, and I would get excited, and I just wanted more customers. I didn't always think through all the way. And as you're in business longer, you learn, right? And now we learn stops per hour, revenue per truck, right? Like all of those, your labor rates, all of this stuff. The more we're driving, the less we're scooping, the less money you're going to have. And I had several areas in Chicagoland that I would do 3 of the 4 houses in the subdivision, or in the cul-de-sac. We wouldn't even move the car.
Those are nice.
A couple that are back to back.
Gotta love those.
Right? Like a subdivision where you have 2 houses that are back to back with no fence. You just walk the whole thing off, right? And go back out the other side.
I love places like that.
Love places like that. That only comes with time and route density.
Exactly.
If you don't have your route density, you might as well just pack it up. Pack it up.
Exactly.
All right, so it says here, so by application, who are our users? So the chat GPTs said that residential yards are about 48% of usage globally, according to an industry report.
I think that's low.
Yeah, that seems
way
a little
low.
light to me. So they say 22% is parks and public green spaces. That seems a little
high. Yeah.
And then
especially the park part.
Yes.
Now I know what's like out here in some other locations. In Los Angeles, the city does not contract work out to independent contractors. Okay. They're all in-house.
Okay.
So people always say, hey, just go to all those parks in Los Angeles. Well, can't do that. They don't hire you. So
in Chicagoland, I had DuPage, Will, Kendall, and Kane County, and I did all of their dog parks just in the spring. I'd bail them all out, and then same thing. They had their staff that would maintain the rest of the things. So yeah, I would
like that. Bail them out.
Yeah. So what do you think it would
works.
be? Do you think residential? And then they say 15% is pet shops and commercial pet-related businesses. So 48% residential, 22% parks and green spaces, and then 15%. I don't agree with this at all.
No, not at all.
Yeah, there's no commercial in here.
No.
There's not even any commercial. So
I mean, even like a veterinarian, not a veterinarian, but like a kennel. I know some people do those,
Mm-hmm.
but in my opinion, I think if you own a kennel, you're cleaning up several times a day.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you're hiring a scooper to go there several times a day,
Yeah.
they better be doing it themselves.
Yeah, there's and in Chicagoland, it's the only reference that I have is that's all regulated by the Department of Ag.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
like I don't know how often they check because I think when I lived in DuPage or when I was in Kendall County, I think there was like 2 for like the whole county, and it wasn't just daycares and kennels. I mean, it was Department of Ag, so it wasn't regular.
Okay.
So they're saying residential, parks and green space, and pet shops, which we say no. So I think of it as residential and commercial.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's pretty
definitely.
much. So what do you think? What do you think the amount of? You think it's 50-50? You think it's 75-20?
No.
Do you think it's?
Just going by our numbers, I'd say it's more like 20%, 80%.
I would agree.
Yeah.
I would agree. I not that we don't love our residential customers, but
We love them.
But
I love the commercials.
but we sure do love a commercial.
Yeah.
My experience or my knowledge is the profit margin's higher. They're harder to get. They pay
This is
slow.
true.
But
True.
But
But well worth it.
they are well worth it. It's a lot of work, and it's just a lot of walking. It's a lot of work to get them, and then a lot of walking. So you're saying 80-20? I would think so. I would think 80-20 sounds pretty close. All right, so North America is the largest and most mature region in the market, accounting for about 48% of global subscriptions, and they mean monthly service, in 2024. I don't know much about outside of our country.
I know there's a few out there.
Yeah.
I don't see it as being as prevalent,
Yeah.
like in England and things like that, as it is here.
Yeah.
It may be getting there soon, someday, 5 or 10 years.
So are we going to see Scoop Masters with a Great Britain location or an Australian
No,
location?
I'm alive.
Tim's
Talk to my son's son. Talk to my grandson about
your
that
grandson
one.
about that. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
Tim's pretty motivated, so
No,
maybe-
we have some pretty set parameters. Like we don't
Yeah.
want to go anywhere where it snows.
well, I mean that
We're
makes
gonna
sense,
avoid that.
right? Like that's just a good idea to do
Yeah.
in general, right? Because
yeah.
you don't know the snow markets like
Yeah,
like
exactly.
crazy Chicago people do. All right, so this I thought was interesting. The Western U.S. region, example California and Arizona, was most noted in one report to contribute 26% of the national market operations. The Midwest 21%, and then 18% on the East Coast.
I don't believe that.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
You think it's pretty
I think the East Coast and the Southeast in particular
okay
is way more dense than the West
in
Coast.
scoopers?
In scoopers.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so. I would say some of our, like, the Montanas and, like, the Utahs, like, some of those, even actually Missouri, right?
Yeah.
Like, other than St. Louis. I mean, there's probably some little ones in Springfield, Mo, and, like,
Oh, yeah.
but, yeah, I think that I would say that's probably more, other than the larger, like, more rural areas, I'd say any populated area is probably going to be pretty even, Steven. I would say, especially now. I think for now,
yeah.
like, our industry has grown so much in the last couple of years that there's scoopers that are kind of everywhere.
Yeah, going by Augie's map of his
yeah?
users, you see it's really condensed in the south, southeast,
Okay.
north, northeast, that area.
Okay.
A big handful on the West Coast, but
Yeah.
definitely not as much.
And he's got a pretty, so Augie's was Sweep and Go, and he's got a pretty good handle. Like I don't know his market share, but he's got a lot of scoopers, and I can't imagine that he's only selling services in the South.
Oh, of course.
Right? I mean, so I would say that's probably a good
yeah.
a good representation. All right, so for residential customers, weekly service for one dog often runs $15 to $25. Bi-weekly or monthly cost between $20 to $35, and then one-time cleanups are $50 to $150. So weekly service, they're saying for one dog is $15 to $25.
Yeah, sounds about right. 25 might be a little high in most of the
one
markets.
dog? Yeah.
For one dog.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like our premium prices.
Yeah.
But we don't have that many premium customers
Yeah.
that we go to.
Scoop Soldiers, our pricing is up to 4 dogs. So whether it's 1 dog or 4 dogs, it's the same pricing. I think most people do like 1 to 2.
And that's another thing. Some people do price it that way.
Yeah.
That came out well.
Well, I got you.
I do it. In Los Angeles, we do 1 dog and then additional for each additional dog.
Okay.
So it's like a different price for each number of dogs. Here in Dallas, I think it's 1 to 2 dogs and then 2 to 5 dogs or 3 to 5 dogs, something like that. But the $25 part for 1 dog, that seems kind of high.
Actually,
if you can get it, great. But
Deb Levy in St. Louis, she's right around $25 or $30, and she's 1 or 2 dogs.
Okay, well, 1 or 2 dogs.
But
okay.
Actually, I might be wrong. I can't remember now. But I know she's one. She runs a pretty tight ship up there. She's She's got a good business. I'd like to have it. All right, so I meant not just for scoop soldiers. I mean, like, she runs a tight ship. Like, she's been there a long time.
Yes.
She is the market leader in St. Louis, right?
Yes.
Like, and after you've paid your dues and you're a known name in the market, it just gets a little bit easier. So
yeah, you can breathe a little bit.
So we're saying, so do you think most scoopers charge based on like 1 to 2 dogs plus additional, or do you think most, like, as an industry?
As an industry, I think most are like charging by 1 or 2 dogs, 2 or 4 dogs, 5 and more.
Okay,
that kind of thing.
Okay, that makes
For
sense.
the most part.
All right, and what about one-time cleanings? And they even specify one-time cleanings after neglect in large yards. After neglect is probably the most important word in that section.
Yes, yeah.
So they're saying can be between 50 and 150 depending on the yard and the volume.
Oh yeah, and that's subjective. Mm-hmm. I mean, we do a flat $100 an hour rate.
Okay.
I mean, we have a 30-minute minimum, but every 15 minutes, tag up another one.
And do you feel like that's also industry-wide?
No,
I don't know.
I think, I've seen a lot of people that give free one-time cleanings if they continue with the service, which I think is kind of dangerous.
It can be probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that you're going to do a free cleaning.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Like,
I wouldn't do that.
Minnesota in
that too.
February.
and again, like I said, it's also subjective because I've seen people that, we haven't cleaned up in 6 months.
Yeah.
You go there, it's like, there's 5 turds here.
And there's one lady that's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, girl, this is nothing. And then people are like, no, we just cleaned last week. I'm like, no, you did not.
Oh yeah,
100%.
We definitely get that.
Unless you got like 85 dogs in there.
Yeah.
No,
we
that's
get
not.
that too.
That's not the way it works. So.
And that's why I tell them we have 30-minute minimum, $45 for the first 30 minutes, $15 for every 15 minutes after that.
Yeah, and if you're a scooper that's new or not, it's per man hour. So if you send 2 techs out there, it's twice, right? Because I remember I had a client, this is years ago, she was like, they were only here for a half hour. I'm like, well, there was 3 guys. It was like the end of the day, right? I'm like, everyone go over to 123 Main Street, 3 guys. So yeah, I'm sorry, like that's
an hour and a half.
I have to pay them all. Like I can't just pay one of them. All right, so then the commercial too, even though commercial is a decent part of our industry, I feel like it's still, we have so much room to grow in that section.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if I have a ton of information, like my brain doesn't process it like consumer, like residential. But this says that for commercial multiple station services, i.e. pet waste stations and HOAs, example rates are $9.95 per station per visit once a week. In bulk, $8.75 for 9 or plus stations. I don't know who figured this. Someone really into detail. That seems a little low.
That seems a little low to me.
That seems a little low. But they also don't state if they're going to be supplying the bags or not. Still seems a little
low.
And
that's true.
Either way.
They don't mention that.
But like if they're yeah, and I guess my opinion on that too is if you're servicing the station, bring the bags.
Yeah,
because the HOA is going to try to save $5, right, or whatever it is. But then your tech's going to be driving all over trying to find Judy from the office to find the bags, and she didn't realize they were out of bags, and it's just it never worked for me.
It also depends where the station is located. Can you drive up right next to it, change it, and done,
right,
or do you have to walk a quarter mile down this path?
There. Okay. So they didn't say anything about like ground scooping for commercial properties.
Yeah, I noticed that. I didn't say anything about that, but we do a lot of that.
We do a lot of ground scooping too, and I won't ask because everyone's got their own formula, right? But yeah, there does on the APAWS website. Is that one of the documents that's on there? Is like how to help quote or like I can't remember what you.
I don't think there's one on there, but I have given people information about that just from my personal.
Yeah, and people. I mean, like. Most members
I don't care.
are super, like, I mean, it doesn't matter, right? Because if you're just like, our hourly rates is blah, blah, blah. Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm your direct competitor and that I even got, all kinds of things, right? But I didn't know if I think everyone kind of quotes it a little bit differently. But when we've lost or got a quote, I feel like we're not too far off. So the industry must be helping to normalize or stabilize that. Hopefully.
Until you get the new people to say, I'll do it for $20.
Yeah.
And it takes an hour to walk through the whole place.
Yeah, you'll lose, I'm sure we all do, lose a couple of commercial customers a year, but even residential, they'll come back, right? When they're like, will you match the price of $3 a week? I'm like, I can't even put gas in the car to get over there, right? So, okay. Let's see. And then one business model says that a guide for starting up shows a customer lifetime value in this business could be $1,500 to $2,500. Lifetime value. I think that seems low.
That's a tough one.
Right? If you think about what's your average revenue per year,
Yeah.
and most your, not all.
And then, yeah, I mean, I've had customers for 30 plus years. Well, until about 2 years ago when he died. But
Oh no, well, that's terrible.
I hate when dogs die, but I hate when customers die.
I know, right? They're both
But yeah, we have customers that we've had since the 90s.
for a long time. Okay.
So it's way higher than that.
Yeah, us too. All right, so we talked about route efficiency manners, one operator servicing 25 to 30 yards a day. So how many stops per truck do you think, as an association or as an industry, I should say, how many stops per truck do you think we're rocking out? I know it's kind of also hard to say because your Montana route is going to be not as tight as your
Santa Clarita route.
Yeah, right? What do you think the average is on that?
And what's even not worse or better or worse, but now with the Sweep and Go app, it counts jobs. So there might be 2 jobs at one location, being sanitizing, scooping, bucket service, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But I think if you could do 30 stops, that's a good average.
Good route?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, that's a good solid.
Yeah. And some will be
A
higher,
good
some will
solid
be lower.
6 or 7 or 8 hour day.
Yeah.
It gives you a little leeway for times when people call in sick. You have to add a few more in there.
Flat tires.
Yeah,
all that
flat
kind of
tires.
crazy
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, I try not to let people work more than 8 hours in a day. In fact, we usually keep them around 6,
Okay.
just for that purpose.
Yeah. We start to
Of
get
course,
tired.
we pay our guys well too. So
They get a little, like, and I'm not saying anything intentionally, but
yeah,
sometimes you get a little sloppy. If it's, you've been out 8-9 hours a day in the sun in the middle of July, no matter where you're at in the country, you're tired. By the end of the day, we start to get a little sloppy. So there is some of that.
my personal record's 52 stops.
I was gonna say I had a tech who worked for me. It's when I owned my company that went to Pep Butler when I sold. That still works at Pep Butler, and he would rock out like 48, 49. I mean.
Wow.
But he had those tight routes. Of course, you put your
That's nice.
your fast guy on the tight routes, right? Like he would run through those, and he'd be like, "What do you got next?" And I'm like, "Gosh, I wish I could clone you and just keep going."
Well, somebody on Facebook said they did 62, I think it was, like a week or 2 ago.
Oh, and when was it a long day? 12 hours?
It must have been a long day. A really long day.
Yeah, I'm working an acquisition with a guy. It's a broker, and he's like, "I think they do about 80 stops a day." I'm like, "No."
Not by himself.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He's like, "No." He's like, "No. I meant like a week because it's a smaller acquisition." I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Okay,
I was
okay.
like, "No, absolutely. I don't know how that's possible. Like, I don't know. I mean, I probably shouldn't have been so aggressive with it, but I'm like, that can't be. That just can't be." All right. So then, so 30 stops a day, and then we already kind of went over the stops per hour. What other metrics do you think franchise owners? Do you think what other metrics do? It's a common word. I say it all the time.
Of course, no worries.
What other metrics do you think that scoopers should calculate or keep an eye on when they're starting their business, or what are the red flags that not only this you and Tim look for, but like advice that we give other scoopers as the OGs, the seniors, right, in the group.
Yeah, I had to look up OG on the internet.
Charisse told me that too.
Yeah. Well, I looked it up a couple of years ago, but
Charisse just looked it up like last week, like a couple months ago. So what other metrics do you think that people should be tracking if they own a scooping business?
Well, definitely customer acquisition cost.
Yes.
Or your CACs.
Yes.
I mean, you have to track that. I've done most of the marketing for Scoop Masters since day one. And over the past couple of years, we have, this is an APAWS thing.
Yeah, I was just thinking that, but it's okay. It all kind of goes together.
It's going to work together because I help people everywhere.
I was saying it does because there's some top secret information, but otherwise it's very little, and I'm happy to share, right?
And you can probably find it out on your own if you try it anyways.
Just go to ChatGPT, they'll tell you how to do it.
Matthew 8:10 says, hey, freely we receive, freely we give. So that's why I do.
It'll work itself out.
Exactly. But what are we talking about?
Marketing.
Oh yeah, CACs. Okay, so we've hired like 3 or 4 different marketing companies over the past 2 or 3 years to kind of take over my duties. No pun intended. But I kept track of the CACs, the customer acquisition costs, and using those three or 4 companies actually tripled our costs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So obviously we fired them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not a normal industry.
We're not a cookie cutter,
and we're not something that's overly common. Our Scoop Soldiers franchise owners are very lucky to have White Picket Team, and they do all of our. And there's something that's not even just because you're a franchise, but White Picket Team does the marketing and the media and all this kind of stuff. But they do it for multiple franchise owners in multiple markets, and so even though it's like we have one company that does, but they're not just doing Dallas, right? So they have. And you're probably starting to get with that too now that you guys are getting more nationwide too.
And it's one industry.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken.
Some other lawn care and some other things too, but they do enough scooping to know to know a thing or two about a thing or two.
Yeah, okay.
So.
And that helps because a lot of marketing companies, it's a cookie, it's a cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work for everybody.
We're a little bit different. So, yeah.
We're a little bit different.
We're a
Yes,
little
we
bit
are.
different. We're sure different.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
All right, so let's talk about the future of the association. So where do you think, once we get some more board members in and like there's new people with fresh ideas, like where do you think the association's going in the next 3, 5 number of years? Like how big can we get?
I will tell you how I like to see it go.
No,
First of all,
you gotta visualize it first, right?
Exactly. Well, thanks to White Picket Team and Scoop Soldiers, you came up with a list of about 1,800 scooping companies in the U.S.
We did. I forgot about that list. It's on my desktop.
I haven't.
Somewhere. Yeah.
And I did the calculations last night.
Yeah.
About 10% of them are APAWS members.
We need.
I would like to see that be bumped up.
Yep.
And there's a purpose for that. Not for a matter of APAWS or lining my pockets. It's an all-volunteer run organization. We don't get paid for this. But if we can get numbers together in an organization, we can approach Google and get our own pet waste removal service drop-down list in our Google business profiles.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to put an email about, or maybe a Facebook post about that probably this week, where I found some information on how we can do that as an organization.
Okay.
Basically, in a nutshell, the more people that will do what I'm going to outline will show Google that there is a need for it.
Okay.
And the more people that do it, obviously it's going to work better.
Yeah.
And the reason I bring that up is because I asked them that a couple of years ago, well, how can we get on there? Not enough people. Well, wait a minute. You have Pet Taxi as your own thing, and we outnumber them 3 to 1.
Okay.
And
so
maybe probably more. We just need to get together.
Okay. So this is back to the original Las Vegas.
Yep.
11 plus Deb. 11 plus Deb. To just we've come from here to here, and now with the surge of scoopers, and we're a little more well known consumer wise. Now we got to get from here to over there. Like I've been saying it. We're just about there.
We're there.
Right.
We're almost there.
Right there. And that
kind of
also goes back to Leslie in Denver. She is continually, when she's not wrong, we need our own SIC code.
Yes.
Our own standard industry code.
Yep.
And Sharice and I talked about she was on our Find Our Goal podcast for Scoop Soldiers, talked about that because without an SIC code, the big thing is that we're lumped in with insurance that's not ours, right?
Exactly.
So I think I had mentioned to her that my company was always veterinary transportation. I don't know where that came from, but some random thing that because there's not one, right? So there's a lot of us out there, especially since COVID, right? Like there's so many more scoopers and the school platforms and like the more consumers, the more, it's glorious. It's glorious. We just need to get everyone funneled back in, right? And the dues for APAWS are not expensive.
They're not.
They're what? Is it 80 a year?
It's 85 bucks a year.
85 bucks a year.
That may go up in the first of the year, but
it won't be.
It won't be that much.
It won't be like go from 85 to like 800.
Nah.
Right? Like it's not even that much money, and the pool behind it is where it. Like that's how change happens. It happens when there's a group, and we're a medium-sized group, a medium-sized group of very dedicated people. But I think the rush of new scoopers we've had lately, they may not know as much as they need to know, and that's where the association comes into play. So, future of the association, you think is getting us listed just in more regular, common places like Google. And then obviously we have some work to do with ChatGPT, which I just realized that we could, you can argue with them. I don't know how.
Yeah, it just gleans off the internet. So
we have Jessica who works for us at Scoop Soldiers. I think it's part of her job, but she loves it. She loves to fight with AI. So I don't know how she does it, but when I find something that's wrong, I just send it to her, and then she does whatever it is she does, and I don't know, she's petitioning them. But the more that we're all and I'm not even saying we have to loop arms and sing Kumbaya, right? But it'd be nice.
Yeah.
But if we could all get into one kind of gaggle, right, and then move us forward a little bit more. So
a little more unity.
Yes. We are still an emerging industry, even though we're not. If we can get together and march faster and harder, we'll just skyrocket it farther along.
I agree, 100%.
Perfect. I think we do that. All right. So is there something else that we were going to talk about? You said wait. And I cut you off? I do that.
It was the SIC code.
Oh,
the drop-down list from Google.
The drop-down list from Google. Yeah, that would be That would be important, all right? So we would like, as a member, a board member, because we are so spread out, I would like to see some more webinars, some more Google Meets, some more roundtables, even like some more polling, right? Like if we're trying to figure out, I can't think of a good example right now, like a national average of whatever, right? I mean, like be able to kind of pull our group together so that we're all kind of marching in the same direction. I do love the idea of getting us with Google and having our own SIC codes. We have our own, just kind of formalizing things even more. I mean, we're pretty stinking formalized. We're already here.
We are.
We're already doing it. But now that there's more of us, which some people may say is good, some people may say is bad. I think it's great.
I think it's great. It's power in numbers.
Yeah, right?
When I first started my business, I loved talking to people in my area that started the business. I would tell them, because the more people that were, back then marketing the business, they showed more awareness for it.
Yeah.
It's a little more prevalent nowadays.
Yeah.
But back then, there's no internet.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
well, think about it. I was 2000, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in Chicago, and again, I don't know how maybe there was a scooper in my subdivision. I didn't know it, right? But like the nearest person I could find was 3.5 hours from me. Now in Chicagoland, you can almost trip over yard signs because there's so many different scoopers out there, right? Like, I mean, you could see them all over the place. It the industry is just blown up, and we're not even close, right? Like, we are close, but I mean, like, it just has so much more potential. There's so much more cities that don't have a lot of scoopers, or cities that, the more scoopers we get, the more knowledge we get. I mean, it's just crazy. I know I could talk about it forever. And
like Los Angeles.
Los Angeles. Like people, that's why I like being part of APAWS and a scooper, is because I talk about dog crap nonstop. And most people, like at Thanksgiving, it's not, like I always refer back to, I've owned a number of companies. My brother and I owned a lawn care company. My mom would always say, oh, my son, he's lawn care. My daughter's self-employed. I mean, like, it's just a different thing. And so now it's not, like, what other industry can you, well, maybe lawn care, where you've got franchise competitors, independent competitors, and your neighbor's stinking kid is your competitor, right? Like, I guess it could be dog walking or lawn mowing too, but it's, we have such a big group of people that if we're all kind of the newbies and the medium bees, get into one spot and move forward. So we're gonna and Scoop Soldiers is committed to helping, not just because we're one of the larger franchises in the system, but because we all win when we all win. Right.
That's
so
right.
As much as we can help, we try to help. I take phone calls from people all the time. I try to help where I can. You do the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
And you and Tim have gotten from 1 or 2 to now growing, and so you're.
I have no idea how many.
Yeah, you're realizing it too, right?
6
like
or 7,
the more,
something like that.
The more, yeah, right. Like
in fact, he's in Palm Beach right now.
Yeah, I
training somebody.
I forgot he was because I knew you were traveling next week, but I didn't. I forgot that he was messaging me with me. I'm like, oh, I forgot you were gone. Like, he's like, this is Tim. I'm like, I know it's Tim. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot
Tim
you were
Senior.
traveling. Yeah, maybe we should do like, and the Facebook groups. If you've got questions or you want to see things, don't be shy. Post it. Right? Like, everyone's here to help, and info@apaws.org or apaws.org is a great place to start, but there are people even that aren't board members or they just volunteer. Reach out to your neighbor, reach out to your, the people in your area. You don't have to give them your top secret information, but if we can just all kind of, move things along. If someone's leaving your area, try to refer them to somebody else, and, let's not, like, nothing hurts my soul more than when someone says, oh, I just closed my company down. I'm like, what did you do? Right? Like, those customers, like, and I don't want anyone to lose money at all.
Of course.
But I'm like, you just let X number of customers just out in the wild. They're out there in the wild, and we could have helped them. So it is important to kind of just, network in your area, network nationwide, and do your best to kind of help the industry along. As the industry grows, everything will grow along with it. So. And
I love referring people.
I do too.
To, well, first APAWS members, but then anyone I can find in the area that's reputable.
Yep, I've seen that on
I probably do it like once a month. I get people, imagine this, people moving out of California. I was one of them.
Well, I was saying people moving out of Illinois.
Yep.
I was one of them.
Go.
Right. So yeah, let's get them all home. But I know it's a Sunday evening. I know you leave tomorrow, I think it is, or the day after.
Tuesday.
But I appreciate you coming in and helping out. And again, info@apaws.org and apaws.org. apaws.org. I almost said apaws.org.net. apaws.org. And let's kind of do this together.
Awesome.